This is Neural Newscast.
Essential reporting for Tuesday, July 28th, 2026.
From Neural Newscast, I'm Thomas Keene.
And I'm Hannah Whitmore.
A powerful 7.1 magnitude earthquake struck Japan's Kumamoto prefecture at 4:27 p.m. local time today. The Japan Meteorological Agency reported that tremors reached level 7 on the Shindo scale, the highest possible intensity.
Local fire officials confirm that the second floor of a shopping complex in Kashima has collapsed. Search and rescue teams believe several shoppers are currently trapped inside the wreckage of the Aeon mall outlet. Police are investigating reports of a sound similar to an explosion at the mall, though no casualties have been confirmed. While an initial tsunami warning was issued for 1-meter waves, that alert was rescinded shortly after the event. The earthquake occurred at a shallow depth of 10 kilometers, which often results in more severe surface damage. This region remains particularly sensitive to seismic activity following the devastating quakes in 2016. The Prime Minister and local leaders are mobilizing disaster response units to Kumamoto to assist in the search. The primary focus remains on the structural integrity of the shopping complex and nearby residential buildings. Engineers are monitoring the infrastructure for potential gas leaks and secondary fires. We will continue to track the rescue mission as emergency crews work through the debris. Turning now to international diplomacy and the escalating conflict in Eastern Europe.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has arrived at the White House for critical discussions with President Donald Trump. His main objective is securing a license to produce Patriot air defense interceptors on Ukrainian soil.
Zelensky emphasizes that local production is vital as Russia increases ballistic missile attacks on Kyiv. A delegation from the manufacturer Aeon recently visited Ukraine to discuss expanding this defense partnership.
This visit coincides with the funeral of Senator Lindsey Graham, who passed away this month at age 71. The event has brought several world leaders to Washington, including Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Netanyahu and President Trump are scheduled to meet for the first time since the war with Iran began in February. Meanwhile, Zelensky remains focused on reports that Russia is sharing satellite imagery with Tehran to assist in attacks on military facilities.
While President Trump says he will question Vladimir Putin about these intelligence reports, the conflict continues to broaden. Ukrainian forces recently targeted an Iranian cargo ship in the Caspian Sea, labeling Iran a direct accomplice to Russian aggression.
In Russia, the regional conflict has reached a new peak in aerial warfare. Moscow Mayor Sergei Sobyanin reported that 390 Ukrainian drones targeted the capital region overnight.
Visual evidence confirmed damage to a high-rise building in Chekhov and a warehouse fire in Berezhki. While most drones were intercepted, the scale of the swarm represents a significant escalation in Ukraine's reach.
President Putin addressed the Duma on Monday, claiming the country's enemies are using terrorist methods against civilians. He insisted that these tactics would not break the resolve of the Russian people.
However, Kazakh President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev recently suggested the war should be frozen to allow for negotiations. The Kremlin has dismissed this proposal, citing the current stance of the Ukrainian government.
In the United States, police in Seattle are searching for a second suspect following a mass shooting at the Seattle Center. The incident occurred Sunday evening during an annual food festival attended by thousands of families.
3 people were killed and 4 others injured when 2 suspects began shooting at each other. Witnesses described a scene of chaos as families sought shelter inside the Space Needle.
Among those hospitalized is a 2-year-old boy who is currently in stable condition. Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson described the event as an unbelievable tragedy and called for more action to address gun violence.
1 suspect was detained at the scene, but the second remains at large. Police are reviewing surveillance footage and interviewing festival attendees to locate the individual responsible.
The legal battle surrounding intellectual property in the music industry is taking a new turn. Ariana Grande has filed a lawsuit in Los Angeles against 2 unidentified hackers who allegedly stole and sold her music. Court documents claim that 45 unreleased songs were stolen last year after hackers targeted the computers of producers and photographers. Much of the material was reportedly sold on the dark web. Grande previously spoke about a leak that went viral on TikTok earlier this year. Her lawyers argue these breaches violate the artist's privacy and disrupt her professional career. This legal action comes just days before the release of her 8th studio album, titled Petal, this Friday. Grande is currently on a world tour, which she has suggested could be her last for quite some time. Next, we turn to a regulatory crackdown on Italy's coastline. Port authorities near Naples conducted a dawn raid to seize umbrellas and deck chairs left on public beaches overnight. Known locally as umbrella cheaters, these individuals attempt to reserve prime spots on free access beaches by leaving equipment unattended. Police seized 40 items during the recent sweep at Laghetto Beach. The operation follows numerous complaints from residents about equipment occupying space for days at a time. It is part of a broader national effort targeting the misuse of public beach areas. Unlike the private concessions that dominate the coast, these free beaches are intended for daily public use. Authorities say they will continue these patrols throughout the summer to ensure fair access. Here is what else we are watching on the morning watch list.
We are tracking the funeral service for Senator Lindsey Graham today in Washington. The gathering is expected to serve as an informal summit for the world leaders currently visiting the Capitol. Investors and fans are awaiting the Friday release of Ariana Grande's new album, Petal. The launch follows a year of intense hacking activity that leaked dozens of her unreleased tracks. Finally, the search for the second Seattle shooting suspect enters its second full day. Authorities are expected to provide an update on the condition of the victims later this morning. From Neural Newscast, I'm Thomas Keene. And I'm Hannah Whitmore. That is the briefing for this Tuesday. Thanks for listening. Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com.